It's time for the Stage 2 lower bracket final. Taking to the stage first, make some noise for your Sentinels!
Sentinels, obviously the fan favorite coming into this, both in IRL and online apparently. Both teams absolutely have it set as their home in 2025. NRG's defense here has been so solid. They bested Cloud9 to get to this spot just yesterday. This was the third map in the series. They've won it out in narrow fashion, impressive fashion.
Something we saw against C9 is SEN really happy to fight aggressively, full mound, full rubble on this attack side of the map, and then hit the site hard.
Now this is the anchoring duo you do not want to run into if you are SEN on attack. Scuba and Brock lock down sites together. They are so potent, so tough to deal with.
Something I'm going to be tracking as well is if NRG are going to be giving up these sites to, like, you know, Omen TP plus Satchel forward from Sentinels, or if they're going to fight them as they're trying to execute. That's an adaptation C9 made that worked in their favor.
Sentinels have been able to insert their Vice Zelsis pretty deep over towards that mound side to rework now on A. Mata is hungry to get some information, just pushing all the way out through B. This might be an unexpected flank.
Bangs got his knife out. No, makes the switch to the weapon. Mata. Bang! Paranoia connects. Mata's in trouble. Backs away. Lucky to do so while still alive. Now some pressure coming into the B side. It's going to be Brock. You can only look on as Mata is cut down by a ghost. And what's there to see on the other side here? Massive damage on the crackback. Narrate's already fallen, and Zekken has seen better days.
Sentinels just do not know where to go. There's only 15 seconds. They're stuck right now. Ethan's swinging in. They're all so low.
They get what they were looking for. Play swung out into them, but it's down to Bang now, who just can't connect against Scuba. They did have Cloud9 do it to them on Corrode, but that obviously was not a great map for the boys in blue. NRG familiar with that force strategy we're starting to see creep in a bit more. Scuba's going to be waiting on the other side of this dark cover for a judge here. They're not going to be ready for it, but despite being hit with the vulnerable, they come through in seconds, able to trade the kill instantly. Zelsis able to plant here as there's a smoke that's going to hold NRG at bay towards Waterfall, and only just now, Halls is being cleared by a Prowler for Ethan.
Som with potential to get some serious spam damage done. Does have the Guardian, but Zelsis is going to be safe with that plant. Just tucked a little bit low. And Zekken has to be the hero with the hero judge that's been picked up. The one weapon.
They're not going to have any smokes anymore to cover him, though, Wyatt. When this one expires, he will be vulnerable. Narrate picked off here. What a timing. Just the one. Brock being taken down, and now two players with nothing but classics, and Mata is waiting for things to get a little bit frothy on the site. That's a Paranoia that caught onto Zelsis, and he couldn't assist. Bang now. No amount of right click is going to help him against the Stinger.
For NRG, we'll see if Mata can get something accomplished with this Guardian.
Sen not super aggressive in his early stages. Obviously, John will look to play around his lurk wall, and there's a sheer thrown ahead of him. On to B pretty early are Sentinels. Maybe trying to draw out some of that util, but it's all been concentrated on the C side of the map. That's where Brock has mostly set it up. But now it's only Som there.
Wanted to get that sheer activated towards B, but it's over here on C. Bang stalled up, as is Zekken. Just halted at bend on account of the Paranoia. NRG are fast to rotate right now. Are they going to attempt to flood back in, though, off the spike tap?
Already on the site is Som. It's obviously not the best weapon to be working with here, but if he can try and close the gap, he'll be a little more favored. Dark cover still in play. See now encroaching three players over towards that waterfall side. Zekken's got a nice little off angle here as the paint shells do explode towards that site. There's no plant yet. Sentinels have been disrupted in getting it down.
They just need to draw out all of this utility and then find a safe moment to plant, but is it actually going to come?
No, not with Ethan right up here with the Bulldog, and he sings out for two. Dark cover doesn't bloom nearly quickly enough for Bang. He is taken down. This gun round for Sentinels starting to falter. And Zelsis is stuck on the side. Getting off it is not an option, and frankly, there's not a whole lot that John could do for him right now.
There's still just not been a moment where they could even try to get the spike down. Now they just want to bait out NRG players, but they're going to swing all together and just...
This is a pretty characteristically NRG take on the round. Two Odins in play. Brock is always going to pick himself up one when he can, but it's Ethan who again opens up. Last round was by Waterfall. This time, catches a player crossing. And geez, just a paltry collection of sheriffs for Sentinels to hang their hat on. No presence in tree. Would still have to get past Som, who is admittedly low, but has that Odin to spam with.
Ethan really does play a masterful fade on this map. Scuba loves to take timings out of C for these big flanks, by the way. Just goes 1 for 1. Not ideal, but the remaining SEN players are at such low HP. This one is as good as done.
He may have wanted to snake bite a little deeper on that corner. Still, NRG will be happy enough with this. There's really nothing for Sentinels to do. They have, of course, been able to recover a weapon. And SEN's pretty standard approach on this map, right, is to, you know, get the Raze onto C, Omen TP across. They sort of draw out that sheer wall if they go to C. And on A, they do like to fight for rubble. But running into Odin's, I think, is going to be a problem for them.
The timing on Ethan's util defensively on this map is just always so consistent. Again, just perfect moment for the haunt, gets 2 pings. I mean, look, SEN were pretty much down and out in this round already, but it's a little moment like that, a little util piece like that, that is just the inevitable nail in the coffin. That is going to be the question. It's NRG's anchoring duo over towards C, the brick wall of Scuba and Brock.
This is a really standard SEN look, but Tekken actually paths in the direction of Waterfall instead, but there's no backup whatsoever.
And it looked like he was just fully blinded up by the arc rows that Brock had towards the site. Now what can SEN do? Narrate one away from the Nightfall. Maybe he could find a kill somewhere, have that late in the round. There's still a minute to play with. Sheer wall thrown down in main there. Zelsa's just going to take his time retreating.
There's no info. You notice that John was playing really passive towards that A side. He was practically at Mound himself. So this all has to be re-cleared now at 45 seconds left in the round.
Now SEN gets to have a thrilling time going to the other side of the map where there is also an Odin player. NRG love to hit you with a double Odin. The Brock is going to have it constantly, and then Psalm will pick it up occasionally as well.
Super to spot it out. Yeah, bang.
Damage. Look at the damage.
Narrate chunk down. Ethan loses out over towards the B side of the map. Still a chance for a double back there for Scuba. He can reinforce, and now it's just spam. SEN do not get a fair fight here as they head over towards the B side. There is 12 seconds left to play. A smoke towards upper at least to give them a plant opportunity, but Zelsis needs to watch these corners. There is another Odin player trained on them.
Psalm still has a paranoia to get back in. Couple smokes as well to cover up some of these angles. Zelsis would have to go off here, but he's going to get fully blinded up and just deleted.
I'm sorry, but like these blinds have been perfect. First, the arc rows over on the C side that stops second in its tracks, and then a fantastic paranoia that gets them in here to B. And that's only bang at 13 points of health. Not a lucky number for anybody. And Brook.
Center trying to prod towards C, throwing some utility over back towards Bend. Narrate's now taking some spam damage. These players are getting dangerously weak before an execute even comes. Psalm has been retaining this forward position towards Rubble the entire round. More spam, more damage, more delay with the paranoia. Right, I mean, this is miserable,
There's got to be a setup here as well. Something that's not just raw contact from SEN. In they come.
Great haunt. And now actually the pit is being thrown down by Scuba. Full intention of anchoring this A site hard.
And that's a lot of that stall utility gone with Som off the table already. They're going to play into the Viper's pit now with that Nightfall Steel Guard and also being committed to that extent.
That's why Scuba's got the shorty though. John getting close and going to get felled.
Picks him off, but now that's been given away. Zeka needs to try and find a way to get that tube, but doesn't check his left. And Alfred's Brock!
Down A.
And he just burns them down. Sentinels come into the round with Zelsis being down to 23, and now that's how they're going to exit it, apparently. Nothing will be done here. Sentinels, I don't think they've had to play up against this on their 5-0 Lotus run in stage 2. This is a little new for them, and the problem for them against G2 is it just took them too long to come up with the answer.
Oh, dude, that's the kill that can, well, I was going to say, get them back in the game, get them in a round. Maybe they can win something out here, and hey, maybe they still can. It is a 4-on-4. They have recovered a rifle. They are finally getting the spike down, which has hardly ever been the case. They've been getting denied before even getting into the sites.
Okay, Viper's pit here is a good look. Of course, a lot of spam potential, though, towards that site side with Odin in play. But a nice boombot used to actually make it impossible for Brock to spray as the spike was being planted earlier.
SEN do have some further delay. They have one molly for John, still a nade for Zek, and a seize for Narrate that goes out and does catch on to Mata.
Still guarded here for Brock. He's going to let it go straight away. No targets really in this vicinity here, and NRG are going to have to commit a little bit more to have a defuse opportunity here. In goes Mata out straight away as Narrate cleans him up with a classic.
Decayed down, low HP. It's a tough situation. Mata's actually going over to the off, by the way. Oh,
Okay,
taste of his own medicine.
Yep, NRG got the Odin in his hands, and it works both ways.
Well, how far are we pushing up with the arm there? That is madness from Mata.
They're going face sniping. That was quick shooting. More Odin spam for you. This time Brawl trying to catch Sen as they cross. That's a lot of damage, man!
Scuba's trying to rotate really fast over towards A as well. You can see he's already positioned in heaven. Ethan is going to be behind him. They're ready to stop Sen from planting.
Yeah, they're ahead of this. I don't know if Sen realizes how fast they are, and Scuba cleans them up. What a transfer! And Delsis is up close on the side with nothing but an option to work with. He'll get double swung, and Ethan...
First one did not get any value on account of the defensive utility just stopping him. Oh my god, Mata up top, switches up the positioning.
Perfectly plays above that Viper wall from Sentinels.
I think Mata is the most lethal AWPer we have right now in America, especially in terms of just consistently hitting the harder to hit
shots for me.
Yeah, he will hit anything that enters anywhere in the periphery of his monitor. He is going to hit you with a flick shot.
Anything the light touches is our Kingdom Simba vibes.
He is insane right now with that weapon.
Tucked in the corner is Scuba, and Zelsis, frankly, is hoping to tease out some Sentinel utility on that site, but he has to wager his health in order to do it. That's opening here for Bang. That singular hero rifle dropped from Zekken's hands, now over to Bang, has given him a way in, or at least started to draw Ethan. Keep him at this A side of the map, but maybe allow for something at C.
Oh my god. That is a little dangerous for Narek.
Go to one, yeah.
Sen have been having some troubles dealing with getting those shear walls out earlier in rounds. Teleport in for the information on Brock, and well, that Haunt is definitely going to give the information. He's Ben, guys, for sure.
Certainly been confirmed. The rate's taken more random spray damage, by the way, down to 55. 20 seconds left in the game. That Razor Vine means a Sen cannot accelerate into this B side of the map, and that smoke's going to expire.
Now just down to 15 seconds. Ethan still has a C's that can be thrown here as well when they're going in through main. Yeah, and there's a caught, and what a shot.
Comfortable spray transfer. John is hit by that paranoia. He can't explode through the wall either, so he waits for the fight to come to him. But that's it. That's all she wrote. 2 rifles out of the round is all Sentinels can hope for, but they fall further. He's going to come down, and John QT's back is going to be turned. It's an easy pick for Ethan now, as the Nightfall comes onto the A side. Very deep past Sentinels already.
And as that's happening, Ethan gets his one, Sam just gets out of there, and he's ready to group up with the rest of the team to now just play for a 5-on-4 retake. A good decision from that NRG Omen, and now it's just waiting for everybody to group up.
How do they get in, though, with an Operator and 2 Odins? It feels a little bit awkward. Oh, Ethan spotted! That is dirty! That is absolutely filth!
Yeah, I guess just by isolating 1v1 kills, that would be the way. Narrate's in on sight and just takes all that damage through the box.
They're getting boxed in, surrounded.
Come on!
Yeah, it's all on Bang now. Nothing to work with, and doesn't see his assailants as he drops.
Thanks.
Frankly, folks, this has been a walkover thus far. And an anemic attack side for Sentinels gives way under NRG's defense retakes.
Oh my god, just the remaining 2 players bang. Here's the thing, AWP adjusted early. Oh my god, that is so dangerous. Mata can't hit that shot. Would have required a crazy reaction.
Crazy indeed. Oh, he misses the showstopper though. Follow up the paint shell is going to give Mata all the room he needs to get back up to heaven. Narrate though punches him. He's not quite in position.
Now, here's the thing, they're pivoting right back into Scuba, who has a utility to play off of on account of Brock. Trying to retain this position in Ben, teleport in from Bang.
There's a sheer wall though still. It might buy a little bit of time, but the TP across is there for Bang, and now it's only Brock who doesn't want to overcommit to this for now. His teammates are so far away.
30 seconds left.
So some spam, maybe try and punish, but he's going to get double swung in a moment here. Still got a dink by the looks of things. Bang is healthy enough. And now 1 by 1, the Odins are being stripped from the hands of NRG.
Finally just able to make a late round pivot to a lightly held site. They were still in some danger, with Scuba having some of that util from Brock to play off of, but just wasn't aware that Bang had teleported closed bar off the back. He teleported across from Bang into the dark cover, and he just doesn't expect it.
An instant 1-for-1, but Ethan's going to spray down through that Viper's wall. And a second picked up. Sentinels had a lot of hope in this round to at least make a 9-3, but already cut down to 2. They're going to have to head to the C side of the map, and that sharpshooting for Zelsis to open up the account, give him a way in.
That was a pretty sick reaction shot from Zelsis. That had to be real fast.
Well, if you're going to double your frags, you may as well do it in style.
Yeah, that was a pretty big impact kill. Hopefully he can find 3 more in this round. Desperately needed. Nightfall's going to come in and connect onto John. He's going to let that pit down.
Finds TP spotted out over towards the top of the site. Zelsus has been him this round, but another spray down kill for Ethan. Clearly doesn't have to see his opponents to bring them down. And John inside the pit will get run up on by both of these players, and Brock is able to respond. A 10-2 day. It's a slow start into God knows what. Sen don't know if they're coming or going, frankly. Marta, though, already got himself up in this site. There's been an exchange, an encounter, and Ethan and Bang get traded out.
John not really able to keep any of that backside space, so it's going to have to be a full retake. But that being said, NRG, they can't really control anything too forward, right? So Zekin has an opportunity to flush some of these players out with the nade when he gets here. Narrate still has a full kit. There are good tools for Sen to make this happen.
Haunt here, cleared. Marta tucked on boxes, biding his time. That Haunt now might be a problem, has to be dealt with. Zekin healthy enough to push around a corner. On the other hand, Som quite low from much of the shrapnel he's been taking from these paint shells. Punching out Z's, the Sentinels, Zelsus and Zekin getting involved. And isolated out towards Mound is Scuba with nothing to do. Sen maintain their perfect 50% pistol win rate per map here.
Can mean so much, and that's exactly what happens right there. Here comes the patented Sen Stinger buy with the rare Bulldog from Bang.
Maybe because Bang is probably wanting to play the longer line on the A side of the map. We'll probably see Narrate fold in the direction of B, or even across to C should it be required, so those Stingers will be getting their value. Looks like we're just going to run it down. Walking up through smoke. Zelsus is about to be sorely tested. Sheer will, of course, going to be active, but everyone gets straight through. Zelsus, though, sharp as you like. See, satchel up on the side by Marta, and John Elise is going to be able to recover. Big damage, though, Scuba. Axiom didn't quite get them far enough to make it into the grand finals, but still just as relevant here.
Som already with the Odin on attack. Sen played it very proactively there early towards the mound side. Don't see anything, so they can assume that NRG are really stacked up towards that A side. They're rotating quite quickly right now, with Zekin getting to stairs. Bang gonna have his work cut out for him. Backside, Paranoia offering some delay, offering time for the rotators to get here.
Yeah, allowed Narrate to get there, but it's a great Paranoia coming out of tree to shut down that close stinger player. Som in a lengthy trade. But Zekin and Bang get felled. John here in trees, very little to see now, of course, with Sen's retake wall being active. And now that rubber control here for NRG in the post plant means that Sen have nothing to do. I think it's just a straight save.
Yeah, it is time to save. They had a couple investments. Specifically, it's Zelsus who died on that prior round with the Stinger, now going for the full rifle, only having 200 credits. He's got to save. NRG feels like they just get a round win on account of the Sen buy being pretty weak. You know, even though they got to that site, they had some good delay utility coming through.
Players with Stingers make it hard to get value out of those. So NRG just trot buster. That was against Lau, but they got 3-0'd back in 2023.
Dangerous there for Brock. Goes down to 65 HP. Som going to teleport across towards Rubble. Your standard opening attacker. Util to get that space. Sen very active again on the minimap, prodding towards B. And then it's second on the quick rotate towards A, trying to support Narrate, who's just holding down tree. I mean, losing out the spam battle to the Vandal, it's, things are getting a little messy.
The Traces are a little bit dangerous here for Narrate. He knows it. Regen shield, so he's expecting to take some incidental damage as he goes anyway. Here's that Prowler in towards the B side of the map, and Marta's going to follow it up. Nothing to see, though.
NRG are really trying to divide the attention of Sentinels by getting active back in B main, knowing it had been re-cleared by the defenders earlier. But Sen content still towards this A site. Narrate can't get anything accomplished, though, against Som. Sen are trying to get in there to back up Bang. Can they do it in time?
Yes, from upper there's going to be a couple of Sentinels players in position, but the smoke is there. So for now, yep, they're going to be isolated on the site. Zekin had the drop down and fight, and Bang is still standing, though. Anchored deep in A, but this is enough for NRG. Now they're going to make the pivot, but Zelsus stands in their way, and Som falls flat. And Zelsus gets away from this spam coming his way. Little swing might find him something, but he's caught inside the season. Brock comes out with the corner spray. Now we'll see NRG into a post plant with 3 up. Bang healthy, but a high-low setup. Unravels him, and he's going alone. There's no backup at all. Straight into the jaws of a trap that NRG had laid in wait.
Now John jumping up, but he's caught between so many different players. Scuba just biting his main. Brock just spamming away. Oh my god, man.
Which cardinal point would you like to be shot by? Brock steps up. And that at least confirms that John wasn't on the spike. Eventually Scuba will come for him, 12-4. Fancy it. Gonna move up and take that space, but NRG are completely elsewhere. They are loaded here into Mound. And Zelsis knows he needs to play ahead of this. He can't give up the site while he's holding on to a judge. So in we go. Marta instantly will topple. And NRG don't really want to follow it up. They actually have some having TP'd across, but it might just be an insert for now.
John got there really quick to throw some mollies down at that choke, so no one could actually help Mata. After they've expired, though, NRG want to walk their way back in. Zelsis could get the Steel Garden connecting up to every single player. And there
Rock has one as well, though. Both teams have Steel Gardens to play, so no primaries for either side. Good old-fashioned honest Valorant, just like you asked for, Wyatt. It's John inside halls with the classic. Zelsis with a bundle, trying to make it worth its weight in gold. But Brock shortly claims him. And they're out of there. Oh, come on!
I can't. What are we watching, man? What game is this?
I mean, that is Valorant's version of a fadeaway, isn't it?
This is what they mean when they say Valorant child's game, man. This is what they mean.
Give me dark corridors.
Where are the dark corridors? Oh my god. Well, they've gotten this A site for free, NRG. It's going to come down to a full 3-on-3 retake. No ults to speak of.
Okay. Should SEN manage to stay alive here, I'll have to be dealing with a showstopper in the next, so that's something to bear in mind. But so far, a pretty pitiful 4 rounds is all they've been able to scrape together. And they're hardly to be considered advantaged in this retake. Zekin drops in the pit. The Haunt won't see a darn thing. Ethan sat here over towards the stair side, and Scuba's going to find a timing because, of course, you will seize the shoulder of Zekin and pounds him down. Jeez, that wasn't even close. Bang. It's been pretty quiet, pretty absent. Now needs to step into the spotlight, but time is short, and Scuba is shorty.
Well, very aggressively with the pack. That was something that was basically impossible for Lev to deal with when we saw NRG play it against them earlier in the playoffs. Just going to be Ethan close up on this B site, though, but the rest of his team, look at how fast they are to rotate to get with him. They have 4 players ready to contend with this foray from SEN if they commit to an execute.
That is Harbour Walls, plenty to play from for NRG. They've got their players that were previously at mid, now in position for a high-low setup with Crow's Nest. Second swings wide. I'm sorry, I don't know how he was spotted there, but he's down to 7 already.
Doesn't matter what weapon Brock has, he is going to get the spam damage going. Oh no, actually it was all good. I was worried for a second. All good. All good, but
a little uncanny that.
I mean, even still, NRG, look at the map. It's just an honest icebox standoff. They have had no reason to leave. Mata is currently watching the cross.
They've also had time to set up behind this double controller util. There's so much stall here. We're down to 45 seconds, and here's the Sage Wall plant, rather. So I'm here spraying, speculating from that Crow's Nest position, and Brock finally gets his.
Yeah, he was holding on to a late recon. John wants to get aggro, shut down by Ethan. Zekin on the retreat back to yellow. SEN relegated to some passive positions, but they're going to have to get active. That wall is still up, and the spike shotter's defused.
Okay, now Red's able to get him with the shock dart. That now evens things up a little bit more, but NRG have players in reserve to step up and try and take up the mantle.
Kind of delayed sending it out until a more chaotic moment to get that first nice shot from Mata.
There's that Audacious push up early in the round, already getting some results for NRG. And they'll play from rafters here quite happily.
The thing about Mata is he knows when to cut off the Audacity. He gets his and he will escape every single time.
Because he spent most of his career limit testing, Wyatt. We saw him in challenges.
Now SEN, they have forced up with these Stingers. Still 4 players remaining. They've gotten pretty deep into this site. They obviously want to take these close engagements. Summons is in. What the hell, man?
Going for it. These Stingers over Sentinels are a little bit dangerous.
There was no one there to help. Scuba is on this flank. Is Narrate expecting it? Will he be ready? He's got the util out.
Second going to be spotted here behind box, and there Scuba has the timing.
And now he's just going to play safe, be a nuisance.
Bang and John are going to try and double swing this, but Brock's going to see it coming. There'll be going to be help from Boiler here as Ethan can step up on his corner. A little aggressive again. This time it's Brock that is a little bit too far off script, but Mata will clean it up. 3 kills for the duelist. NRG have pulled back from that fairly deep green position now, back towards the site properly. Pretty passive as far as their defenses on Icebox are concerned.
It feels like this SEN team really needs some kind of explosive round or a hero play, something to get the morale going for this team, and maybe Zekin can make it happen. Instantly going to be healed back up to 100 HP as well.
Full armor's gone though. Now he's very susceptible to Mata's Outlaw.
Ethan pinged up, forced to retreat temporarily on account of that. Drone, recon's exchanged. Brock's not going past that wall, and
Shock on John, knocks him to half. That's a big hit. He goes quite low. He's down at 17 now, but the spike was planted. Marta's looking for a later reflank here through mid, not opting to wrap around the backside with this Outlaw.
Second is just waiting for some of these walls to drop so he can take a shot at someone, something, but it's not really going to happen. He's smoked off again.
Yeah, John was softened up by the shock darts. He was down to 17, so Brock, it's a pretty easy cleanup for him. At some point, NRG have got to bully their way into back yellow and try and take some control, but Marta is now on the scene, hoping to push up past this Nanoswarm if he can. As the shock dart caught in the hands of Narrate. He didn't have the appropriate weapon to take that fight, and now desperately Celsius runs into them. Brock will shut him down, and Sentinels can't burn enough clock.
Does obviously get this audio cue on Ethan, who's just jump spotting, trying to get info on the mid cross.
Okay, Scuba though does not opt to check tube at all. Again, that KJ turret will be able to spot into mid.
Now NRG really have an idea that this is going to be Sentinels going towards the A side.
Marta might take a long angle here.
They are looking pretty correct.
Oh, just a little bit of Som poking around the periphery. Apparently, Brock the next to fall. And that's a strong anchoring presence of NRG. Compromised somewhat, but Ethan in this stead will stand up. And Marta, yep, caught on the run. Not much to be done about that one. And Sentinels finally put it together. A patient, slow roll in the A direction with that wedge up mid finally gets them the result.
Sentinels that we're talking about, but they have been struggling yesterday into today.
Som's been varying up that turret position, and this time it's Marta just getting up mid. It's that early audacity in the round for NRG that again gives them the player advantage. John QT's intentions are pretty clear here. A wall to protect for a res, and a player in curry spot to watch for it.
You will not.
There it is, real close to going down there himself. Instantly going to be hit by that Hunter's Fury and just goes down.
Okay, man, let him have it. That is going to be sent back down to 4.
In the midst of all that, Bang is able to get a lot of space towards A, so it looks like the spike will be safely planted, but there could be a retake with that ultimate from the Harbor. The Reckoning is going to come in.
That's going to get Sen scurrying like a kicked anthill if it gets used by NRG.
While that happens, going to be a recon thrown in from Brock as well. Just going to further mess with the positioning of Sentinels. Here comes that Reckoning. Everybody being forced back, except for Second wants to take a shot.
Okay, Hunter's Fury now coming down from Sentinels though. Narrate hoping to catch the backside player. It's Som falling. The last shot, speculative, but still damage already done. Now it's going to be Scuba stepping up first, but that Reckoning has expired, and Sentinels can now make their way back into the side. It's a Cloudburst past Second. He wanted to take the fight, but Scuba swung the angle. The 2-for-1 was there. Nicely done by Narrate, able to surgically extract Marta, and now it's all Scuba and Ethan who try and play from the low ground, but 410 is controlled by Sentinels. And Ethan's got no way in, hopefully a way out though, and that's what he takes.
Excellent play there from Narrate, and a great Hunter's Fury to get that kill to even the odds. NRG were mixing in a lot of 4-man pushes down this A side when they were playing against Leviathan. Works out here for the opening kill, gets an orb towards Scuba as well, who's now just one away from that pit.
Bang might be a little bit earlier than NRG are expecting, but he's shown himself the only rifle on NRG in the hands of Ethan, and he's looking to try and take this engagement now, just past the cascades! And Bang says, all right, I'll take it. What a weird little encounter.
In the meantime, Sen have been able to work themselves all the way back B yellow, so that's going to give an opportunity for John, Bang, who are elsewhere more towards mid on the map, to just rotate on over, play off of this wall, and John still has the barrier to throw up as well. Tons of tools for Sen to be able to close this out. Really shouldn't be any reason. It feels that it should be going in the direction of NRG. They don't have the weaponry. The pit is even being committed by Bang.
Okay, Brock just finds that apropos of nothing.
Yeah, what was that? Just a random spam kill?
I think it might have been
Brock special. It looks like it.
Broke the wall open and then was hitting that little corner that John was tucked in. Second's able to dig out any potential though for a backside hit. So NRG now have to come in all together into this Viper's pit. Second will be waiting. Poison Orb blooms. Bladestorm active for Marta. He knows he needs to break the wall down a little bit to get there, but time is short. Scooper on the corner. Celsius finds the slide on in. It's unlikely there's much more to it here for NRG. We'll see the mill around the outside to the pit here, waiting for their number to be called. Green's control, but whatever Second saw or didn't see, he didn't like.
Second hoping that there's an alarm out there that would have been broken by that shock, but it Isn't even placed there. It's in mid. He's taking a lot of damage, obviously, just from staying in the pit. But Scuba doesn't want to fight this too aggro at the moment, just trying to spam. And Second is in the danger zone right now.
Yep, Decay down to 1. Scuba would see him first, but actually just pulls off there. Concerned, I think, about that scan. And so Second just stays inside. He's going to be the lockdown now. It's going to force NRG out. It also ends
going to get his health back.
Yeah, he's
this is crazy.
Heal back up from the Decay, and Zekken still has not been shifted from that spot. He's eventually going to find the kill on Scuba. Zelsus with a swing timing that is a little too much for Ethan to handle. And it's Marta, who needs to fight here at 10 and 2 respectively to break out of the situation, and nothing's getting served up to him. Zelsus! It's over towards Yellow. He doesn't really want to test it this time. Okay, Marta's ready to fight. Fight he does!
I think Zelsus saw the barrel around the corner and was ready for that swing to come out.
That now means that, yeah, you need to draw a player in that A direction, Ethan.
Yeah,
just trying to, okay, he
NRG
commits a high tide there.
They're spread all across the map right now. I mean, maybe the only real danger for SEN is if they try to accelerate into Scuba and went into those mollies, but that's not going to be the case. Oh my god!
Flattened. Yellow control taken there by NRG, rather by SEN, and of course it's the standard wall throw up, but because of the nano swarms in position, that Sage Wall can't ever really take hold. That's how Ethan finds 2. Numbers even now, time very short, and Sentinels have to go for this. Ethan should be able to peer around the corner, clean up the plant, and John stays alive long enough to set up the exchange for Zekken, and he will carry Sentinels out of the rounds. 2 rounds worth of breathing room for the attackers for the first time this series.
Just being cautious in taking these areas of the map, and they're ensuring that they're not losing any bodies early to a player like Mata, who is going to take a forward angle. It's 2 HP. Honestly, just wants to risk it all at this point. Why not?
Okay, pays off. Surely not more than that. John.
How is he alive, man?
Okay, a little bit maladroit, but John's able to take that kill.
He puts up the wall so they can try to scale back sight. NRG can try to fight close range with these pistols.
Zekken's going to swing this. Ethan lined up for it. Surely not trying to intervene yet. It just shows a little bit too much leg there, and Zekken will capitalize. Broke with the classic, though, trades it on out. There's still 2 sheriffs in play. The Sage Wall's a little awkward for NRG to work with. John has a tiny gap to look into it as a turret set up.
Wall to get forward to isolate that fight. What a shot.
Brock looking for more. Doesn't get it this time, and Scoop is finally able to break the wall with a knife and get across. But that Vandal is probably unrecoverable. And there's some stall util now coming in the direction of the side. It's up to Scooby here. He's got himself a rifle. 3 players for Sentinels looking for him now, knowing he's behind that wall. And again, it's Zelsus to close the account on round 9.
Still not going for that operator. They're just going for raw aggression in main. This is going to catch Second. He's in some serious trouble. Has to dash away, so no one could even chase him down. But NRG will be more than content with the result of that early engagement.
Yeah, Sentinels all lost their Hunter's Fury opportunity. Now they're already making pretty decent progress towards that A side, and Zelsus struts away after taking Scuba down to 11, caught inside a slow orb. This is all acceptable for Sentinels. They know they need to tease out some of these defensive ultimates, and so the Reckoning now is committed.
NRG just feels so pressured to use that to help Scuba as well, who was fully entrenched in the site at such low HP, and with all that noise, Bang finds the perfect moment to work through an unguarded B site, catch 1 player out.
I love this rotate back. That is filthy, and Zelsus is able to get in onto the A side properly.
They are everywhere, working every little corner of the map. Look at the way NRG, they're just being dragged around. They don't know where to look. Now they're on their way back to A. Do they dare try to commit a lockdown here? It's just the safe plant for John. They don't want to bother taking back sight. They have the man advantage. Just trade off of each other effectively to close this out.
And this is another round where NRG have been unsuccessful in converting off that first pick, that player advantage. Sentinels have fought against that.
These fundamentals are looking so smooth. You see Zekken and Zelsus there just double up that left side of 410. They're covering for each other.
They just get completely rope-a-doped them and Sen outmaneuver them. And that pivot back towards the A side. So Marta is going to have a target-rich environment, but will be forced off the line by the L drone straight away. This is now a window. Sentinels have to exploit this and get into the site quickly.
Do NRG try to anchor this right now? They've got a few players here. They're all back site, but they're going to be forced away by this lockdown.
Yep, no Hunter's Fury to answer that. No real way for NRG to shut it down. Marta would like to linger as long as he can, but there's nothing to see.
And as soon as they get out of the way of this, they can go right back in, and Som can just drop that lockdown and screens himself. NRG could hit the gas here if they really want to.
Yeah, they might need to go for it here. Mana won't see a player pushed up, and here comes that lockdown. Is there going to be an answer for Sentinels? Already they're starting to pull off the side. Hunter's Fury will do the job, and Zek gets himself nice and deep. Lockdown destroyed, but no one would have been there to follow it up on it anyway. It's just Brock. And yeah, he might just be walking away from this one. Beaten black and blue. Zelsis takes him out.
Any opportunity to find that first blood.
And they've been conservative in these early rounds anyway, Wyatt. Look at how they played Belts last round. Some quick correction, but he's lucky to get out with his life.
He's in some serious danger. John able to cross with that barrier orb.
There's no way. He's able to see this coming. Ethan gets there though quickly. There's going to be follow-up. NRG as a pack are heading through mid to B. But already the spike is down. Last round of the half, so nothing ventured, nothing gained. They're going to leave it all out there as the Blade Storm in Zekin's hands. He is itching to send some of these bits of silverware outward.
Could definitely be a situation where there's going to be a late res even from John if someone goes down in a position by yellow. NRG, they're taking the time, rotating all the way around, trying to play off this cascade. They're going to have to push in front of it, Sentinels, but time is just getting so low right now. NRG need to get on the spike ASAP.
Coach in play, they're going to have to break this one quickly. Brock's already got it to half and change it now. Ethan's going to look to block the shots, and it will be.
They're walking away from that half, very impressed by the calling from John, the play from Bang. Can they close this out, even the series? 1-1, Zekin certainly has some intentions to do so. And these SEN players do not want to give up the space, they want to keep fighting.
Yeah, I don't know if they realize Bang is actually here inside this poison orb, but he announces himself with a couple of shots ringing out from that ghost. John here, curtain comes down on Scuba and Ethan. And Brock puts himself in a 1 versus 1 up on that zip line and now revealing himself to Zelsis, who initially wasn't sure if he dropped down or not. Gives the spike a tap, but no committal.
How much time does Brock want to take? Because I'm looking at that recon and it's 17 seconds away. Now that's what feels like an entire millennia.
No time. Got to be spotted out here by Zelsis, who seems happy enough to give him the opportunity to earn that ability again. Brock will go looking. This might be confusing for Zelsis. Brock is able to cross that expanse without Zelsis seeing.
Attack as they do on defense. And now I know this is obviously being set on a map where they weren't able to get the lead on defense, but does that just automatically mean that the game is over? Is that the world that we live in? Because, you know, at least by the numbers, they are very reliant on their defense side.
Up towards yellow, Bang trying to get ahead of this, but NRG are already set up and ready to go. John spotted out there behind Crow's Nest, and it's pretty easy business for NRG. Picking apart of some of these players, and Zek could just, well, able to find a kill straight through that Viper wall.
Crucially though, Scuba's able to go and recover that third rifle. The weapons that were actually bought up into this round, and NRG's only job remaining is to just close this out without losing anybody else.
So much work done by Sentinels on that attack side. Would hurt them for that all to be for naught if they can't generate some momentum here in the second half. Fighting on a chance for NRG to likely potentially even up this game. Before the point at which the defense side op becomes a factor, Zekin's still on the rifle, but dominating the server.
And this is looking like some age-old Icebox gameplay, just an A-hit coming through, all 5 players.
Sentinels might want to anchor here properly though, whereas NRG played off the side a heck of a lot on their defense side. Scuba is in there like swimwear. What the heck was that? A couple taps and oh dear. That right down to the nano swarm that Zelsis had put in place. An awkward lull in the action as Brock is given the breathing room to get a plant.
Absolute chaos. Now I'm just looking at the fact that Brock is going to have the recon in 5 seconds. One of the only util pieces to speak of, but it might not even matter. He's on this tight angle.
Yeah, sees the cross, still a chance to send a recon in. This is annoying now. He can play off this to some degree. Oh man, what a poison orb to break things up. Scuba.
SEN have the right idea. Few players towards B.
They're doubling up on that far side of yellow as well, but Marta's already starting to dig people out. Heads are turning in his direction though, with Zekin's only able to find 1 with the classic. And NRG knew the previous round was probably worth 2, and that's been how things have played out thus far. Cove for a plant. Marta searching, probing for players behind that wall.
And now so far so good, but I'm really looking, as we continue with the gun rounds in this half, to if NRG can convert their first kills, Because in that first half, they were only able to do it 2 out of the 6 times that they got a first blood. That is not good enough to win a map, and certainly not against a team like Sentinels.
So far, the second half has looked like much a different story. And yeah, again, when we keep the... Oh, what was that? Hold on! There's some time. There's a moment for this. Sage wall comes up. It's going to be broken pretty quickly. John have to trade and Scuba. Sen not really the kind of team to want to push up on that extremity with the frequency that NRG did, but that will still get tucked into pipes. Okay.
All right, just some intuitive spam from Narrate. It's a significant advantage for Sen on a crucial round to take the lead in this game.
So proactive here. Sen on defense. Second around the corner. Scuba again.
Proactive? What the hell is that?
Okay. Coming the depths for some very unlikely kills, and what an opener. Sometimes your Viper just steps up and gets it done herself, I guess. John's done well to stay alive here and can even top himself back up, and that Viper, yeah, the snake bite's going to be an issue. Banging Zelsis very quickly, wastes no time in intervening, but there's a Viper's pit they've got to play through.
Spike planted.
And very little utility to scan this out.
Yeah, none to speak of. Psalm definitely hears that drop, and he's going to catch Zelsis. It's all on Bang.
He's been the stable player, Wyatt.
How could he possibly work his way through this pit and navigate it to find these players while his health is being decayed down? Time, his enemy as well.
Som steps out of the pit here. Bang can step up and tap the spike, but he knows that would be suicide. Gonna come down, cancelled out in the end, as NRG would rather be able to see clearly. There's something here. Wall comes back up, Bang sets that up. It's gonna have to be Scuba stepping in here. He knows though. And Narrow might be caught here a little bit. Yeah, no way to get away from that one. Reckoning in play as well. NRG hitting very, very hard on this attack. Thrust.
Zekin just has no choice but to get out that turret down temporarily, but Brock gets the information on Bang and thinks wiser of trying to take any kind of engagement alone. Will now just buddy up with Scuba, playing a bit of a high-low. They can just swing off of each other, rather.
This might be more than Bang had bargained for. Two players have a crossfire to watch for this wrap, and yet Bang's able to make the correction in time. There is that lockdown, though, and Bang has to skirt around the edges of it.
And now Psalm is coming over to help Scuba as well. It's just too much for him to clear, and there's so much time that had been delayed for the majority of the Sen players on account of the lockdown that they're just already in save mode.
They're falling further and further behind now. Again, with where their money is at, they've definitely lost control of that aspect of the game.
The economy demands a save as well, on top of the lack of time that they had to make anything happen there. When it comes to this side of the map,
Hutter has slipped the net entirely. Now right here, digs Ethan out and finds more. So they hit on towards Brock. So those ultimates being critical, but Mana gets into the pit. Luckily for Sen, it isn't Bang that drops first.
And now he has to avoid the drone as well, Bang. He's definitely feeling the pressure. Feels like he has to swing out, and Mana was ready. He was just flushed out by that drone.
Just rocking a hard play stuff, and now the Viper's pit is gone. That defensive setup broken. Naruto still has an Owl drone here.
NRG, they were thinking about committing to that plant, but Scuba gets all this space, and they just want to take their time. They don't want to allow any players to go down if Sen were rotating quickly in towards B.
They're not convinced to head across the map just yet. Scuba hasn't actually really seen anything over at A. Maybe it's the absence of information that's more telling.
Yeah, exactly. As far as Sen know, they could still be all in B main, as they are, or they could just be slowly working their way up towards A, exactly where Scuba's at.
There's an Owl drone opportunity here for Narrate, and he will take it very quickly, spotting Brock up on yellow, pinging him out as well. Shocked out towards the planter. Som is trying to get it down, and Narrate is dominating that site on his own. Buying a lot of time. Still no plant, by the way. They've got to do something about this. And Scuba goes down. That's it. They're out of answers. It's Brock that has to stick it and go 1 for 3 in this round. Narrate will swing on him and end it. That is 4 disgusting kills.
Zekin seemed like they might have been intent on fighting towards B main. The pressure is coming real fast. Zekin needs to make something happen.
Okay, traded out, unfortunately. Bang and Zekin never had a chance to really work together, with Bang caught out of position, getting pinged early.
It's just relentless from NRG. It's just aggressive, it's fast, and it's the entire team just pushing, fighting together. And now Sentinels, they have to work their way through this onslaught of utility. Scuba, in the meantime, this loose end that has just been working through the map slowly on the flank.
Yeah, looking much like Bang did on that first half. A lot of map control, a ton of information as well. There goes the lockdown. The Sentinels are hoping to get back in the round with it. Here's the backstab. Scuba's been in the walls. Sen have not really been able to get a feel for his pace across the map. Narrate's been instrumental to keep Sentinels in this, but this is another round they're gonna concede.
Going to be the case. All the site taken out by NRG for free. We are in a full 5-on-5 retake situation now.
But look at NRG, look at how far forward they're getting. They're already fighting in a snowman. They're taking all this space, give it to them, and that is out of completely nowhere. Zekin, no idea what hit him. And you can't blame the guy. Brought back into the game by the Rez, and now it's a 1-for-1. Martyr is down. After the most absurd shot through that wall. Celsius has to be careful. He doesn't really have a way into this right now. It's Zekin that has to create it from the low ground, and it's a nice connection with the Sheriff. And it downs the Harbor. That stall mechanic taken away. Gonna be up to Scuba to try and offer that. Zekin, though, has been able to get himself a rifle, and now is an issue. That stage wall gave Sentinels a way in, and they need to clear this the old-fashioned way, and so they will. Zekin let off the chain. That's 4 for the young gun. Talk about manifesting some momentum.
10.
And NRG need to check these close angles. So it's an hour drone from them. Last round we saw Bang just pull off the B site entirely. More than happy to play retake.
Look, NRG, they have been playing a pretty straight-up game. Looked like Sen wanted to rotate far quicker than they actually did, but even if they were there, they wouldn't be doing much contending of this plant anyhow, given that the Reckoning is being used for NRG.
What?
Okay, Mata just got randomly spammed, I think, through the wall that he got a lucky kill on last time.
John might have had some height above that high tide. It's unclear. Could have been on the causeway. Or more likely it's like spam, I think. Yeah, that cascade would cover it. Okay, apparently NRG are just struggling here. Being spammed down. A little reminiscent of that Lotus map, but this time it's Sen that are inflicting that upon them. And bloody hell, they're already back in the game, Wyatt. Beautifully done, another multi-kill for Zekin.
To once again have some good fortune with the spam through walls, not going to be the case yet.
Okay, Brook evades the questing bolt of the Hunter's Fury until now. A trade hits on each other, but it's going to be Narry that gets caught. Brook goes for the later Fury. And has given NRG that player advantage. Now a high tide to try and convert behind it. Even a lockdown committed. NRG are that serious about getting into this post-plant scenario comfortably. And Sentinels are already running low on time. It was a fast plant in this round, but Esmata straight around the corner. Bladestorm connects, and Zekin is down. Bang knows there's players around this corner, but can't handle the double stack.
It took 3 tries, but this is where we have actually seen NRG's plan of taking Snowman pay off as intended, where they're then cycling their utility, their walls and smokes that deep into the defender's kind of spawn area. I've never really seen that before. It's pretty wild. It's pretty cool.
Flashy stuff. Should be some honest gunplay here. I say without a hint of iron in, because there's Brook. Spain's going to lock it down here on the side of Yellow, but loses it out. It's going to be straight trades across the map at 3v3. And Zekin needs to get in position.
Cells is stalled right now. Can't go for anything proactive through these walls. No utility to speak of for the Sentinel side to really get back in with outside. Second dashing forward, having a smoke to play in.
Did I say honest gunplay? I lied. There's going to be some spraying Zekin down through the wall, and this is going to hurt. When a cold wind blows 20 years in the future, Sen might remember this map as where they let it slip. Narrator's going to have to go nuts. And NRG are not going to give it to him for free. No, sir. 26 and 20, Narrate needs to find Ethan, and it's a wayward shoulder pick that puts him out there. But you notice Brook is set up with 2 shock darts here and a ping on Narrate can finish the job. NRG! Now that one took real grit. Brook's been fantastic. Scuba's been firing. Ethan's better than ever. Can they close the series out cleanly?
Sen have not won the first pistol on either map. Would love to get off to a hot start here.
Or just a start. Mid-start would also be fine.
That could work too.
Yep.
They're patiently taking mid. NRG looking to engage when the smoke drops or to pop right out of it.
Oh, fault line. Can he TP away from this? Scuba is left out at sea though, and Sentinels crowd their way into mid. Now refreshing that smoke top mid. Spike's still left in their wake. But now with the option to start to pressure this weaker B side, and Mata and Ethan just walk up into what Narrate says. Thanks for coming, I'll have your scalps too.
Yeah, maybe it'll work better the second time we go out of the mid-smoke. Oh, no, just as bad as the first time, actually. Unfortunate.
When I said a mid-start for Sentinels, this isn't what I meant, but I'll take it.
Don't think Brock was going to win that one. Okay, well, they did already give Narrate that plant as well. So now up to 4 orbs.
Yeah, that relay bolt really stops NRG in their tracks. As they're hoping to use Marta to tease Zekken a little further out of position. Is that aftershock? The Bang is forced to drop down from. Fault line connects on the Zekken, but it doesn't seem to bother him. He's able to hold his own and bring Marta down. Stingers do pretty well at medium range as well. Something that Sentinels routinely abuse. It's going to be bottoms up for Scuba here in just a moment, I'd say. No, a little right click action. We'll have him perish to the spike and come out with that kill.
See what SEN try to invest now on round 3. Off to the best start they've had on any map so far. And it's the map that we expect them to take. So looking good as things begin.
And Kaplan mentions it, you know, it might not
would be able to win this out. They have the better weapons.
Good fault line, that is very good. Even Brock affected by it by the looks of things. Zekken into the site with a hero rifle goes to work with Zom and Brock. At least able to even the ledger. This is dangerous though, when Zekken gets let off the chain like this, anything is possible.
Almost out.
Marta's been out of the game for much of this round.
What?
Yep, that's just the schmoves, baby.
Does have a relay bolt as well. Maybe can get a valuable connection so these last 2 NRG players can get back into the site, close out this 2 versus 2, or Sentinels. Their economy is going to be out of control with a round win here. They'll be in such a dominant position.
No more spokes here for Bang. Scooby gets a ping around the corner, relay bolt onto the Omen, he can't quite get away. Marta ideally trying to draw some fire, but Scooby doesn't have the angle to capitalize. A double swing here surely as Zekken goes for a classic no time to reload. He's going to allow for a setup onto the spike. He has to get through Marta. Of course, that was Sentinels bonusing with 4 stingers and just the 1 hero rifle, so still a very healthy buy for them this round too.
Some finding a few too many players. 1, 2, or maybe even 3 more than he hoped off the flash peak.
Losing your Omen first.
Did not get to isolate any fights there. Narrate immediately gets Nightfall, had so many kills prior. That's going to get a double connection, and the site is going to be very, very free for the taking.
Well, they can't stall without Som in the game. So Zekken just moves up straight over towards the alley side.
I mean, also, what they're going to retake back in. There's not going to be a smoke for Link side. There's not going to be a smoke towards Elbow if you're getting in towards Spawn. I mean, it's over. And now it's very over. It's extremely over after Zekken gets that kill.
Ethan is hoping to flash himself onto the corner. Zekken ready, though, because they already pinged Ethan out, I think, with that Nightfall, or at least a player. And that, of course, is going to be an NRG save. Still get themselves the important round. But SEN's different take on sort of the economic approach in the first 4 rounds means that they can keep the pressure on here in round number 4. Overdrive here for Zekken in the back pocket, so if things do get hot and heavy in a retake scenario, he pops that, he goes for it. And so far, we've just been banging this A side over and over again.
And that was just such a... Prowler going to go in, and Celsius swings off, but what a great shot.
Yeah. That's
Openings just continuing to go the way of SEN, and they want to accelerate off the back of that, so pressure going to be applied to Scuba back sight.
Brock is trying to post up to watch the cross from Boba, but he's not going to see a darn thing with that fast lane in play. Scuba's in a rat spot, chilling in this corner, won't be seen by the C's. And at least Som's alive into the mid-round, so can start to smoke this side out, cut it up a little bit, make it manageable for NRG.
And with Scuba having that trip towards stairs, playing back sight, they've retained the space to get back in. It's a good position to retake from, but will the lack of numbers be their undoing?
And Ethan's unsure. He wants to try and get to the front of this site, but he needs to back up, and there he is able to double down. Narrate caught on that market side of the map, and Zekken stays tucked for the time being. Now Som's able to go look, see if there's a backstab coming through. That's not the case. It's just market presence and a player in main here for Sentinels. The former smoked off, but the latter is where John is able to spring from and find a kill, and it's another opportunity here waiting to be taken. Ethan and Som have to call a cancel. Barely get out alive as the latter tries to cross. Gets hit very hard. Zelsus will hear them in spawn, though, and he'd be loving a chance to take these guns away.
On stacking towards market. Looks like they want to go for a reflow. Now Ethan is the other player with a rifle and
roused into it.
Makes that work.
So that's the tip of the spear. Broken. But SEN have already managed to get Bang all the way up top mid-wire.
Yeah, they're just slowly exploring the map off that dark cover. These swings are just being deleted.
That is marvelous from Ethan.
I know exactly.
John, however, puts on his own captain's performance on the A side of the map. The issue, well, the spike proximity. Bang, though, is converting on getting up mid early. Puts Brock and Ethan now a bit more of a compromising situation. They are expecting some presence, though, from mid, and there's still a spike that's got to be recovered here with 37 on the clock.
That's the real problem. How do you recover this? There's a lot of utility for these NRG players as well.
That's the best part. You don't. You try and fight into it, but look at how low John is. Bang's seen better days. Brock and Ethan combined. They're going to walk up here on A main. There is a crossfire being put together, but the cover of the contact play is there. Mata takes an op to the extremity, and it pays dividends instantly.
It's the first time we've seen that weapon in the game. Ethan gets the information that a second player is going to follow up. Decides not to engage, just plays it safe, allows Mata to take the line. Bang just wants to do his best to draw attention, but get some of this utility out so they have late execute options towards B. Won't have to break the trips at that point. 40 seconds to play with, and where do SEN want to go? Do they dare risk go back to A, where they know Mata has been opping? They still have one Prowler to clear him off a line.
30 seconds left.
Could smoke. Link still.
You know, could try to stun him as well. So there's a fair amount of tools that they have.
Okay, so a pretty far forward smoke that covers much of the site and only leaves Link exposed. Send contact that part of the map, and then
The smoke's just not good.
There's a gap in it! And Mata's able to exploit it. That's devastating. Rolling Thunder's going to interrupt the plant. John has no choice. He has to stick it now, and he will be brought up on. Somehow is able to fend off. Mata pushing on in. It's on Ethan. It's on John, though, crucially. And he cannot hold up under that level of scrutiny.
Away.
This is going to get really claustrophobic very quickly for Mata. He's going to have to back away straight away. Zekin has a scent for him. He goes low, already chunked down by the overdrive on the side, but Brock just going to spray through, take John out of the game. Scuba in a rat spot again. Same spot he was in a few rounds ago. Undiscovered then, and undiscovered now. Gets the elimination, and a player advantage here for NRG.
And that Rolling Thunder might give an opportunity for a plant, but the Hunter's Fury will be just as effective for stopping it. Maybe getting back in for NRG. No, it's a moment of patience, damage being inflicted to the planter. Man advantage.
Zelsa's at least spotted out, but that is the only info Brock gets there.
Ethan has that fault line back active, 2 flashes as well, and a paranoia for Som. They have every ability they could possibly want to work with, and an extra player.
Somewhat uncomfortable to get in here with the op, but NRG have the numbers, they have the tools as well. Zelsa's looking for a counter fault line here. His Bang is stunned, and there's a paranoia that comes in on Zelsa's, but no actual follow-up from NRG yet. Time starting to dwindle. 2 players back-to-back inside that little cubby. It looks like an aftershock was used in that direction. Brawl gets taken down. Zelsa's, what great use of that util. And it's nothing for Mata to do.
Som is just being barraged by util. Doesn't know where to turn. Lost more than half of his health.
Looks like that Prowler hit didn't punish Zekin whatsoever. Som realizing at this low amount of health, he's bought as much time as he can, but he's used much of his util in order to do so.
NRG are trying to get there to help him. Ethan working his way into the site. Brock coming a bit late. Zekin
still got the kill. Som's able to at least come to Ethan's rescue for a trade, but Ethan got caught out by the fault line. Timing just wasn't on his side. Brock's on again. I'm thinking it just might be. Zelsa's on site. Bang pinged out through the box. Everyone tried to swing him, but Brock does not care. That is ungodly.
Final against Sentinels of all teams. Consistently across 3 maps.
Okay.
And it just keeps going. It just doesn't stop.
Super reasonable, that one. Oh, like Natty through smoke.
I'm out of here.
And he's looking for more. Because why wouldn't you be at this point?
Know exactly what I was saying about NRG on the last round in regard to the economic woes and misery. It's now the case for SEN. This is must win. It's a round worth 2 if NRG can take it.
Oh man, Mata's had some sick flicks, but he's not quick enough here.
Honestly, yeah, that's the kind of shot I just expect him to hit 99% of the time. I guess that was just the 1%. Scuba's trying to retain some control backside, but his trips are placed up close, so he doesn't know if someone is going to be pushing upstairs. And in fact, someone will be.
Okay, Scuba's got a foothold here. He's been able to drive a wedge in the plans of Sentinels. And they're down to 2. Zelsa's with an op, has to try and watch this.
Look at John, he's all the way back in Boba right now. Zelsa's has to switch to a Stinger.
Zelsa's might try and join up with him in some way, link up. John had an opportunity here to really throw a wrench in the works, but Zelsa's has fallen. John looking for his 4th in the round, and Scuba is gonna make it interesting. It's a battle of ciphers, it's a battle of big brains. Whose head peeks over the edge, and John's in the end.
Still playing towards that B side. Looks like he still wants to play towards B main even. Though it has been tough for him to find much value so far.
We saw the clip, I think it was in the pre-show, where it had that like vertical correction on A side of Icebox.
And there's this haunt to force him off the line. How far does he want to peek back in? A little bit too far.
It's like you said last round, you just kind of believe he's going to be able to do it.
And now SEN, they want to go fast off the back of this, get into that B site. There's the Nightfall. They want to. They need to close the gap, get close range with these stingers.
Hugo's always trying to have a good anchor spot to play with, but he was very much on an island there. Brock's not able to get in until a lot later, and he's being looked for by Zekin. Oh, wins that fight out, surely not again. Brock's found himself too. Bang swings up, sat down instantly. Naren has to pull out all the stops to put an end to Brock, but he's got backup, baby. And it's on John with a stinger, 12 health. Not much to hang your hat on. And NRG.
Most aces in VCT history, and he has not been the critical factor for NRG's success.
Yeah, Brock just feeling it. I mean, he also, I think, helped himself to an ace in that series against C9, but there's Som already falling. Zekin with pace here over towards A.
Brock is in a lot of trouble. That aftershock coming through. Mata wants to help. How has he gotten two? And Brock swinging in off of him.
I'll put a rifle in his hands, and I guess he'll be able to feed the masses.
SEN needs to recover that spike. They need to find a time to get it planted as well. No stun for Ethan, no recon for Brock just yet. They're waiting for that utility to be cycled.
He has the aftershock to stall away.
So much damage. They're both so low.
In the end, no aftershock committed by Ethan, but that fault line has come back online. Neural Theft, though, comes on in. Brock already felled. Scuba and Ethan got to put this together. They got the information, but Banks trying to jump around the corner. Ethan's waiting for him now. It's going to be out to John. Again, a 1v2 for the captain, and again, it's not to be.
Brock has just been outlandish today.
Yep. I mean, this is an NRG that come into the year and look shockingly bad. And they sort of go back to the well of past players that have brought them some level of success and realize that didn't work. Kept some, but go to that 2024 graduating class of challengers, find the next wave of new blood in Americas, and they have really integrated them beautifully. Now, made them into weapons. Zekin gets on the ghost early. Nice little double face here. You can see Bang instantly sends a paranoia around, and Zelsis has the timing for the other side as well. Crossfire, though, starts to falter, falling flat. Zekin retreating back to the site now as Narrate has to clear that bolt. Snappy shooting, my friend.
They're just so hungry for war. Zekin is in so much trouble backside. How is he still alive?
Because no one can hit him, that's the problem! On the day.
When you see the clutch factor that they have today.
Oh, that is a play here into elbow for Zekin. Wasting no time in taking a scope weapon to the extremity, much like Mata did on that defense side.
SEN have not gone for the Stinger purchase here on defense. A lot of Bulldogs with that Outlaw.
Definitely differing opinions about how to play these early rounds after a pistol may or may not go your way.
A lot of emphasis on mid from SEN with the trip just placed on link side so Zekin can hold elbow. Feels like more and more we've seen Sunset since it's returned. There are just more and more attempts from the attacking team to play up for splits through top mid. It just feels like it's gotten so common.
Good trade into the Bulldog position is actually going to send one of those weapons over and out. These shoulder picks are so frustrating for John, but Zelsis is there for backup. And it's a decisive round win that...
Dark cover is certainly going to indicate to SEN that they want to split towards B, this three-pronged attempt.
Well handled by Zelsis, though, playing safe here at top mid, and that's a spike in Ethan's hands. He's got to be careful.
He's so worried, so concerned that someone might have popped out of that dark cover on the opposite side, so he fully retreats, gathers up with the rest of his couple teammates to try and go through market. Ping goes through onto Mata. He's so weak.
Yeah, dropped down to less than half. Fastlane's going to get him onto this B side. There is some presence in B main, already taken up earlier by Scuba. The spike will go down. Sentinels have a chance, though, to get into market that is not being attended to right now by NRG. John hit with a flash. Capitalized on by Mata, at least that was the intent. It's Ethan there for the trade at the very least. Outlaw shots ringing out from Boba, but Zelsis finds another crucial frag. And it's Ethan down right in front of the spike, putting Scuba in a compromising situation. 3 for Zaddy. SEN get ahead.
You just simply cannot ask. Powerful ultimate. They can keep the snowball going from there. Things are looking really good for SEN.
An investment for NRG. Doesn't pay off in that round number 15. Mostly grouped over towards this B side of the map. This time not really interested in stepping into mid. It's a tough prospect with those sheriffs. It might just be a Honest rush in the B direction. Cam inside market will watch their cross out. Should see this, but the dark cover was in the way. The corner's also going to be cleared by an aftershot.
Just a couple cages to get out, but John wants to control backside with one of his own. How does Mata get that?
I mean, he's so close with a right click. Second also getting into a dangerous position, but he has to shorty at least to extricate himself. Here come the Sheriffs. And this town ain't big enough for all of them, apparently. Brook needs to get on the swing here. Narrate's put 3 together. Very important, stabilizing kills. And Brook now, his position noted. Very hard to fight out of this one with any advantages. Hop, skip, and a jump for Narrator. Moments like that, that's when you really see the hard work pay off.
Now here's that fast lane to get up top mid, and you can
We're
see
gonna check this.
Sen's position. What?
Oh, no way! Mata in one fell swoop is just crashed through into the spawn of Sentinels.
I mean, 1 is unreasonable. 2, that is unjustifiable. You cannot be getting away with that.
And now Mata just doesn't really know where to put himself. He's done his work though. Look at the net closing around him, but he has garnered so much attention. And Bang and Zelsis combine to excise that particular assist. But as a 4-player unit of NRG heading over towards the A side.
It felt like NRG, the team, didn't know how to react to what was going on either. It made me thinking someone would try to push out a B. I don't know, but we're getting stalled out. Trying to get this spike down now. Aftershock to delay anyone coming through Link. They've got a trip there as well. Sam up top, he's caught by Bang.
Sentinels trying to get ahead of it.
Still can't even get the spike down.
Tekken's already on the side, but he gets pinged out by the spike camp. Scuba, no shot to complete on it. There's the recon bolt that again reveals him. Zekken kind of just caught out no man's land, was hoping to find something there, but nothing comes.
NRG and Spam, most iconic duo. Rolling Thunder connects onto both. Zelsa stuck in the corner, he's going to get overwhelmed.
Double swing, and there's Bang. Can only await his demise.
And you can see the Cyphers on this map just playing around it, because it is easy to spam break a lot of the trips, which is why that one is placed so far back top mid. It cuts off the A link push.
It requires a player to play off of it quite close like Zelsis is though.
Yeah.
So you always feel like shackled to that part of the map because of the way that trip is set up, and here's Mata picking up where we left off, and there is a wry smile on his face. Getting rid of Narrate, who's a danger player for Sentinels, has got to feel good.
He's just hard clearing, hard facing that on his own. And it's a very quick pivot from NRG to get over towards B main. Zekken going to do his best to defend this. Would love to get one and get away.
Shock dart, reasonable damage, but a glancing blow as far as Zekken is concerned.
30 seconds.
See the cross, a lot of players to look at the fault line. Is it going to be followed up on? No, Zelsis tries to assist. And here's the plant coming down, Rolling Thunder now, awkward position for Ethan. There's nowhere good to be, frankly. Here's the overdrive! No way!
Spike planted.
Bang and Zelsis, charred corpses, still twitching. And John, in dismay, has to walk away and try and preserve his weapon.
Just not a reasonable amount of money to justify going for that 1v3 in his mind. Not at full HP either. Just going to save that into the next, have something. Scuba will be left as this loose end towards tiles to make something happen on a post-plant reflank. Sen, though, they're going to be content enough getting rid of, just getting rid of everyone off this site, playing for retake on account of having the Nightfall. Great tool to get back in. If they find a kill, John can get that neural theft off. So it's not too bad.
Still, it will take some time because Sen have to re-clear some of these closer lines, getting close. Now to Link. Zekken drops in and wants to go for this straight away, and instantly stopping power of Ethan like a Mack truck. Nothing Zekken could have done. Still a couple players dueling up here, and Bang is going to make his way solo in through spawn. There's still something to work with here as Zelsis and Bang put it together. And of course, who else could it be on but Brook?
Revealing area.
Just got that recon back up, tries to swing off of it, can't connect the shot just yet.
Bang still on the defuse, looking to get it to half. Here's Zelsis! What a three-piece! Sentinels are rewarded for the decision to give ground, play off the side. I mean, lingering behind the box, but he's found a timing on Som. It doesn't seem to matter. Ethan's able to bring him down. Bang hoping to get in through some of the periphery now. The neural theft is in play. Still no plant, but a big ping on the remaining defenders now. NRG have the info.
Look at Scuba, he's going for a reflank all the way through top mid. Wants to be the nail in the coffin on this round. Smoke in for elbow. Can Sen get in?
Off the paranoia, they're going to have to go for it, Wyatt. No other choice. Relay Bolt's going to hit back box, and Zekken's going to burn Mata down. That's 2 at the overdrive. And Scuba's not in position yet. Can Brook intervene? Bang's going to get it to half. And he'll get off the spike. Here's Scuba, though, just in time.
And they know no one's on it.
Spike is still half defused, though. There's a relay to work with. Scuba brings Zekin down, and it's on Bang, but he's not healthy enough. He's going to have to go for it. Test it, tickle it, step out of the dark cover. With a shorting in hand, he can make this happen, but you've got to play for time if you're Scuba. Tentatively into the smoke, and he'll fight for. The late reflake pays off with
Rolling Thunder, presumably, well, for this round, potentially. But they'd love to keep it for this next gun round. Have that be the one big power ult in play for what might be the most important gun round in the game after this.
That was cute from Brock. Does connect the ping onto Narrate. We'll back up, give that ground, and shut down any potential for a crossfire here at A-Lobby.
This setup could be deadly for NRG if they walk into this paranoia with the Bucky Bang ready to run them down with that stinger.
What's the timing going to be like here? Okay, off some contact. Zekin gets forward. Bang's actually able to find a pick on Marta. Either way, the stingers are singing. Ethan wants to push up here and try and overcome Narrate, who's going to be seized in place. And around the corner, he'll still find success! Back to back for Narrate. How the better buy in this round? NRG are looking anything but favored. Spike goes loose as the head of Som. And Scuba doesn't have the health to get him through.
Guns as well. Economy just jolted back to life.
Defibrillated. And there it is. Zekin doing the inverse to Som. Well, Valorant giveth, Valorant taketh away. Rolling Thunder now for the attack side. NRG going to get into the site. Narrate on the safe pocket of that. Fast later still fight to kill despite being stunned up. It's traded out, but it's something for the defenders. Given the Rolling Thunder was in play, that is pretty nuts.
Second spotted him, the barrel went out of that smoke, but he's paranoid up.
Brock sprays, gets him down. Still very low as Marta, 12 HP and still no plant just yet. Brock just didn't move from that spot. Maybe not aware that he was known and noted. And that allows SEN to achieve a player advantage. Dangerous. Marta so low, but hoping to be part of a gainful crossfire at Scuba with the health. There's a third player, though, that can be a problem for SEN, and beautifully played fault line. Celsius on the breach here has been very, very good. And Sentinels are one map away from beginning the march to a potential reverse sweep.
Been broken. Yeah. Knows no one is crossed here.
But this walkout has to be watched by Celsius. There's no cam on this side.
John has the retake trip place. It's this passive backside one now. It does get broken. Mata takes all of this space, which is necessary for NRG. They're getting the spike down, but beyond that, they have to close the gap with the stingers. They have to get tucked in close.
They've got the claustrophobic engages, though. They've got these nasty little crossfires, Wyatt. That's about as good as it gets.
Stun is back up for Ethan when Sen try to get into the site through this choke point.
Fast lane attempts to break things up. There'll be a fault line to try and slow things up, and there's Zekin sees Marta coming a mile off.
It was forced out into the angle by the aftershock.
Here's another fault line. Scuba going to be lit by that one, but Brock finds one with the Bulldog. Can he do more here? Bodies everywhere, heads popping out. He's found a second, but it's on Som, who's been quiet in this game. More of a role player. And he will hit the floor. Sentinels fight through all sorts of adversity to finally put something on the board. Give an account of themselves.
Defense, again, brick wall mode against Cloud9, who coincidentally also have one of those flash in the shooters that they like to use to pop out behind walls. We're definitely going to see Ethan doing a bit of that. There's that very standard Vice stall coming through with the Thorns. Mata pressing up very far forward and, of course, can just refract back to safety. What a shot from Scuba.
It's already an elbow. This is probably going to be quicker than Sentinels are ready for. Paranoia comes out a second too later. Mata says, okay, I'll have Celsius to myself.
All of a sudden, Bang has nowhere to turn. Needs to retreat.
I mean, the fact that he gets off this side at all is kind of wild.
Yeah, it feels like a miracle.
There's two players over towards a main side, though. It's going to be it's tough for Zekin to break into. They've lost this map control.
He just really was hoping he could isolate one. Not expecting Brock to be there, posted up. Clean little tap from John, but ultimately just 0% chance he can win off this round. I mean,
the cosmetic kill, as they say. No reason not to go for it. But that quick thrust into yard and up elbow, that's that burst of pace that Waylay can provide to you on this map. And obviously being able to refract back is important. It's almost free house money, that push aggressively into A. And that'll be all she wrote. John will hope for a little bit more off the backside, but it's a solid NRG piss they'll take yet again.
Right.
And the sample size is relatively large, considering how new the map is. Straight into yard, this time Sen playing off the site. They try and stack B. Obviously, that's a plan that doesn't come to fruition.
Yeah, they take the gamble and come up short free plant for NRG. Ethan is the player for the team that is closest to the ult and also has the ghost, so time for him to just go hunting, see if he can't get a couple kills, get closer to that null command.
Yeah, go hit the wild frontier, son. Narrate shoulder peeking, testing that link position. But again, much of this is saber rattling by Sentinels. Hoping for something, and it's second, unsurprisingly. Guardian for some things on out, but it's going to be a straight trade, and some of these guns getting dropped. Not ideal. Ethan's the one with the ghost. Broad only has the sheriff, and oh, buddy, here we go. They put a stop to it as Narrate got it to half. John trying to slow him up here. Snakebite goes out, but Ethan is quick around the corner, and Zealous was already down by the wayside. And oh, this Phantom's getting some serious value. That's not right. And around with Sentinels, assert themselves early and have a huge edge. NRG kick the door down, and they've got their hands in the cookie jar before you can say, what the heck is going on Micro Road?
I mean, I'm stunned. Zealous was just trying to hard hold that angle. I think his thorns on the ground got broken because they were placed in front of him. Tried to play off of his flash, but it didn't blind anyone up.
There.
It just ends up being kind of isolated fights. Yeah, they're saving 2 rifles. NRG came into this with a hero Odin.
He has a null command already. So for those fast hits, it's the perfect...
letting him know where the flash is at, but...
Yeah. This null command's a perfect accompaniment to fast hits, especially against those double controller looks, right? Like, Sen have to play off the sides to some degree. I don't know how they're going to play around it, but that KO ult is something NRG can make great use of, especially...
That Bucky, one of the nice little cheap weapons to buy when you're playing the Neon. Slide around, get up close in someone's face with that.
Waylay deep in the mid early, play to Link. Bane's trying to take that extra space in yard side. Here's the null command though. This is the problem. How are you going to slow NRG down now? Ethan's going to have to be picked back up, but that's going to be only a minor inconvenience until he's killed again, because Narrate finds him through the masonry.
Comes on this fast flank, and it's just not expected by NRG.
Okay, smoke here over towards A main. Got to play through this now. That null command is no longer in effect, and Sen can stall the game out. Stretch it as much as they'd like. Paranoia comes in from link side, and Som's not quite quick enough to capitalize. I like that little shotgun there, but John has all the info at his disposal. Great horde set up by Narrate.
They're undoing. Still have a lot of money to continue to buy up, though, given they won that essentially a thrifty round prior.
Sees here, Pink will slow things down, but Mana's got the mobility to circumvent that and get onto the side nice and early. That's the staging ground, at least a foothold here on B, but Scuba's already been shucked out. Let's get messy. It's only Bang left though, that smoke's going to clear and he's surely going to try and quickly establish himself. There's the Odin. Fires and trades there, just
they are
solid fundamentals.
They're scaling so well together, yeah.
All right, A-main here. Bang tries to play up there early, but gets caught by Mana. He's too quick with it.
Beautiful 2-piece. That was Narrate caught in that saturate, I believe, and John on the walk down
through a smoke here. He's got no choice, otherwise the game gets ahead of him. It gets away from him. Zelsis here is a spectator. Passenger Princess in round 6. And we'll have to let this one go.
Has nothing left in the bank. That was a full force from Sen. He has to save a Bulldog.
He's got no guns to get. Yeah, I mean,
the next round.
All of his teammates' bodies and the weapons they've dropped are in contested territory.
Pretty miserable. Didn't even get a chance to mention that they had forced fully into that round on a fairly awkward full buy because NRG just played with that pace.
Are NRG going to take 6 of the first 7 rounds in this game on attack side of all things? Man, that is backbreaking. And Sentinels will be pushed into a familiar position, albeit an unenviable one, of having to try and manufacture some momentum after another slow start.
So you can have Zekin try to slide in there with the overdrive, bit of a trap play.
NRG are still throwing that mid-Viper wall though. So still then Planer might go there and
it just comes late. It just comes late.
Instead Zekin ends up sticking a fork in a power point. Blown to smithereens, and Scuba comes out of that first engagement with 3. And this was obviously a bit of a save round for Sentinels. They tried something cute, play out of B. Man, they got some damage. There's nothing to write home about.
I feel like Scuba might just go hunting for this ace for fun. It wouldn't be an NRG game without an ace. As a matter of fact, playing 3 maps and they haven't got one is
yeah, that's a little uncanny,
shocking.
isn't it?
Yeah. Quite surprising. It seemed like Sen had the idea that they could activate that trap play, but they weren't positioned for it to be just set off immediately off the flash from Ethan, so it just ended up coming a second late. Yeah, where Bang's like, oh wait, I gotta go back to Paranoia, and then the players from NRG were already ahead of where it was sent out.
I think a lot of the issues that were maybe under the surface for Sentinels in their undefeated run up until this point, now getting exploded in a big way. And it's all coming in 2 separate days, right? We saw this against...
All maintain a positive, chill environment that's really working for them.
Yep. We actually criticized them a little bit for not being a super outgoing team.
Well, there's your first Odin spam kill of the game, I think. I want to say that might be number 1.
Sure. I think there was an Odin kill a couple rounds ago, but
Mata, by the way, has just slipped his way into the site already, and Bang none the wiser. Honestly, why should he be?
And again, it's this emphasis on mid for Sentinels that makes it hard to respond to this stuff, but that's 2 kills over on the A side. NRG are just hitting the extremities, and they're just flip-flopping the map.
They're about to have 4 players gathered up towards B main to get into this site that is unmanned. Some utility that's going to be set off, like the wall. Scuba just going to use the insurance policy of this pit to win out a 4 versus 3.
Masculine urge to save for Sen here, but they got to go for it.
Does he know?
He does not know. He's not a knower. Yeah, bye.
Oh, he just doesn't know. Then
Can't all be knowers.
This one's done. Wrap it up. Wrap it up. It is time to save. There have been a lot of sad bulldog saves.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, another one.
You don't love to save the bulldog, but
yeah. Peter, very proud of you. The rest of us, not so much. Our Steel Garden will be carried out into the next round, and obviously a ton for Sentinels to work with. If they can really preempt anything that NRG would be doing, that would be fine. With 2 teams that have not played each other yet this year, NRG have really benefited from that lack of...
It is now or never for Sen. They have 4 ults to play with. They're fully invested into another round here. They need to get a second on the board. They simply cannot afford to expend ults and lose at this point. 7 for NRG on attack is already out of control.
Here's another variation. It's actually a later lean towards mid as opposed to ignoring entirely for NRG, and Zek can find success. That is just a straight duel 1. Scuba also very low in the aftermath.
Has been wanting to get that shear wall out, has his Viper wall thrown over towards A to try and imply the potential to be lurking forward, so it's a necessity to get rid of that. And as he does so, the rest of NRG are hoping to play off of that being some level of distraction to get up towards B main as well, slowing this down in the mid-round. Are they going to attempt to go for like some kind of B split all the way up?
Contact this mid wall.
Second in some danger.
Jump scare for him, but he got out alive. Noted as well by the 0 point that followed up. So this is map control here gained, and there it is. So now you can respond with the Viper's pit, but Ethan actually slipped past it. Oh no, Bang's ready for this explode. They don't see Ethan get in there. Now it's awkward for John. He's essentially sandwiched between 2 players of NRG, 3 in fact, and he's alone at the site.
Scuba's in the spawn. This is absolute madness. They still need to get the spike down. Being tapped at the moment.
Rourke is the bottleneck. They've got to get past this Odin somehow.
And they just can't double swing him with the Odin.
No way! He's a human wood chipper, and Sentinels fall in head first. Narrate has to save them. It's been a nightmare of a round for Sentinels. 1 they can't seem to wake up from. Narrate can't get in!
What on earth? Several players from Sen.
This is well responded to. I mean, you get a B split off the back of this. I think you're happy with that. Null command active as well.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's why, and that's being played around by Zelsus. He is so far off that B site. So that his util can be effective, but with the players coming in from top mid on NRG's side, those Razor Vines don't slow them down at all.
Conversion paths used on top of that doesn't really get any value outside of they just ensure that that site, it's really free. There's definitely no one there. Narrate has the Nightfall to try and get back in. All of Sen grouped up towards spawn, and they get that opener.
Mana flashes he gets an elbow, but is still able to find one. Ethan, that's going to be illuminating, surely.
But crucially, did that get Narrate? I think it did. That's going to turn off the Nightfall temporarily.
For now, yep, still an opportunity to find it, but Sen are going to be up against the clock when it comes on in. Here's Brock, of course, won't be able to hear a damn thing. No, he's unaffected by it. The anchoring from NRG and these post plants is sublime. And John's going to dig him out with a stinger and a dream. And like I mentioned before, Zeken's been tough to beat when it's come to loggerheads here. He swings out forward. Oh man, just baited by the L-drone. A veritable firing squad waiting to bring him down, and Zeken looked like Swiss cheese out there on Corrode.
Just the second he made a sound, flurry of bullets in his direction.
They still have recon up.
I do like this confidence from Narrate, though. Assuming that they're going to leave as soon as they find that kill, so he's on a fast flank. He could have a pivotal impact moment in this round to win it out for Sen.
The timing's too fast. There's no way NRG at this rate are going to be ready for it, but can Narrate get there when he needs to? He might miss the bus
30
here.
seconds left.
Bang, temporarily flashed up, but that's all good. Wait, what?
Yep.
How does Som kill him? That is mental.
Finds the reflex, and Narrate is just caught outside of the play, but there's a timing here. He's bound to have one. Oh my God! I mean, if that's not a metaphor for how this game's gone for Sentinels, I don't know what is. Everything in Narrate's favor, and still he loses it out. Yeah, I mean, Sentinels are not really trying to assert themselves towards mid here, and I think if NRG could read this, they're going to have a great split opportunity.
Looks like Sen want to go for a B main reclear. Multiple players pushing up that timing. They were contesting, but Som still gets the window, still gets the shot off.
And gets out unscathed. They can't even chase him down. Oh God, he's got an entire arsenal at his disposal. This wall can be used, of course, to play an off angle, and Zelsis will be able to get around this operator line, but, you know, Som will stick around for a bit more. He's got the crosshair, not quite where it needs to be.
But do they expect every single player from NRG to have just pushed up into mid, into B at the same time? This is going to be dangerous. NRG need to take space elsewhere, and Scuba has the right idea. He's already in spawn.
This is a weird angle.
Can anyone come to help him there?
Timing, right on the move, taken down. Bangdo would be the second fiddle.
He's just got to live, and he gets out of dodge. He wants more. He's hungry, man, but just stay alive.
So audacious. The Scooby's got some really valuable info. This allows Ethan to double back, at least be aware there could be a late reflank.
You want to get that cloud up, John, just to try and cut off one of those angles to get out of main, but how the hell are you going to do that against this Odin? It's just going to be the spam!
What is that? From Tower, Bang gets some huge damage. Dink on Ethan's direction over towards the elbow, but Marta's in the side, fighting fit! I need
this
the
Corrode
sauce.
performance, it's otherworldly, man.
I need raw sauce, no ketchup from Sentinels on this round. We need a strong pistol showing, not a good start. It's second down already. Som gets an upgrade and he'll stick around. It's Outsmarting he's playing with, and he's hit the jackpot.
Oof, what a shot, though, from John, but it's NRG who are just fast getting back into the site. Look at this. Mata already tucked, can take an engagement. He can get away, he can refract if he needs to.
And he might just stick around here. Why not? Take the fight. John gives him a little bit of leg. He'll opt out of it now. Still no plant. And NRG could be anywhere, Wyatt.
Scuba is very patient towards spawn, just in case Sen had any ideas of going spawn to B. They're not going to, so NRG, they need to take a moment, allow Scuba to get over there so all three of them can have a concerted effort to trade each other out, retake this site, and close this game out, make it to the grand finals.
It's guaranteed. It's just, it feels free for Scuba if he gets a swing here, but the timing's not really there. And he won't be able to catch a sight on John. Bang on the side, run down. John has to emerge. He has to show himself. And Ethan and Marta are going to step up on him. And he's found three. Surely not more. Down to 65. Happy to walk away now in the 1 versus 1. And Marta cleans him up. Time, though, not quite there. Marta knows it. John's tenacity has given Sentinels a lifeline in this series.
They have heavily invested into this buy, not their 5 stinger adventure that they often like to go on.
I mean, obviously can't afford to take that level
They
of risk.
they're buying those rifles.
Again, I think Sen are really interesting on the attack side of this map. They'll always fight you for mid. Spray down through that controller util. Obviously, it's going to be two very different styles that have been clashing this map. And NRG knows there's not really much they can do here. They don't want to give Sentinels away back into this game by feeding them ult orbs, so no reason to take any undue risks.
Love to be able to take a couple of these rifles away if possible. Nice little pop flash, wow. That's going to be one of them. Zelsis down, gun recovered, and Mata is going to take it to the next round, all right.
Oh, out in the open is Mata. Finally, second gets an opener. Been looking for those. Fast lane thrown up, they're already going to head to pocket straight away.
That was a counter paranoia, so Zekken could get far forward. Brock has already got the Odin backside.
Trust me, we did not forget about Dre. But is this going to work? Oh, no! Through the masonry on the corner. Would have liked a little bit more, I think, Brock, but still, has done enough.
Ethan has just gotten into this site so quickly from the mid link, but he's about to be flanked himself.
Not aware of this timing here from John, so he'll get that. I mean, still whips on it. Almost has a sixth sense about it.
A couple players low on HP. Scuba hoping to take advantage of that with some wayward spam. Spike being safely planted by Bang, and the crossfire is going to be set up. Really shouldn't be anyway back into this. Doesn't have a molly to flush someone out of a corner.
Huh.
Nothing to work with. That is interesting.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
nice little door.
maybe not exactly working like I said on the label. The Scuba's able to walk up through that.
I mean, just...
You and John Madden on me for a moment. I'm so here for it.
No. Listen, how many times have we seen in Valorant that you're making the comeback happen and then you lose to the Bucky and 3 stingers?
Yeah, feels like it's over instantly.
Happens constantly.
Okay, so a modest investment for NRG doesn't really yield any results. They'll get onto this A site scot-free, and again, this lack of casualty is going to allow them to build what needs to be a very robust economy. One that will allow them to buy even after a lost round. And that's all they can afford to give, just that one. So they've got a buffer, but it is as slim as it possibly could be.
Celsius would love to just go get another kill, and it really doesn't matter if he dies at this point either.
Okay, bro,
Sen are going to be just full buying every round. Go get that kill with the Steel Garden for the next, and there it is.
Got it.
Mission accomplished.
Scuba's also underarmed in this situation, so Celsius will cut him down. Ethan similarly doesn't have the weaponry.
Looks good for the stat sheet as well.
Decent for the vibes too, I'd wager.
Moves it back up towards that A link.
Not ready yet.
There's going to be a lot of pressure here on Scuba and Som, but the two players who want to anchor these sites. Steel Garden might make that a little more complex though. Ethan also pinged out. It's a scary relay ball. He can't get out of the site. There is just far too much being thrown at him.
Yeah, he was so heavily committed. I was trying to see, was there something behind him that he felt like he couldn't get out to mid? I don't know, but Scuba does claim one back.
Som trying to get ahead of the Viper's pit, but is caught, but it's shorty as that TP comes through. Rook, though, can do something with this. Not spotted by Second as well. He gets a little fortunate there as no one was watching Tower at the time.
Yeah, this is probably just going to end up being a save, honestly.
Play the long game.
Money for NRG, not great. There it is, Sen, just keep it simple. Run a default into a B Steel Garden. Take the site, pit for the post plant. We win out. And the comeback hopes are still going.
And for NRG, there's no round wins that are worth 2 when your opponent's economy is looking like this. Sen are full bought up, basically maxed. And coming out of a round like this, it's going to be pretty hard to break them. NRG are just going to have to find 2 back-to-back rounds where they on even footing. Caught off guard by it. Second's already gotten to A link though, and that's provoked Marta just to play much more towards side, much more conservatively.
So right now, NRG do have to be concerned about A main as well as A link, right? It feels like they could be getting hit with a split right now. They don't have any info towards that main
The
side.
Viper's wall's a problem on A main. They can't see past yard.
So NRG, they want to go for a re-clear right now. They're getting into link, but they might go right into this crosshair of Second.
Oh, gets away with it! And no! Second's unexpected to run into 2 players. Head of the snake has been cut off.
Oh man, Bang was in danger there. He was hindered temporarily. Celsius just swings out, gets one back.
Clean.
Brock does not want to take that engagement. Probably a wise choice. Just gets out to double up with his teammate Som, who's anchoring close to be with his judge.
And now, NRG have had to hedge their bets and just spread to the extremities in a 2-and-2 situation. This leaves them short-handed at B, which is likely where Sentinels are looking to end.
John has gone fully solo exploring towards this A side, while the rest of the team need to deal with this judge close range from Som. This could be a nightmare.
This is the perfect spot for the judge, and ooh! Don't expect that to go wrong for him, but it does. That rate is too quick with it. Brock, though, interrupts the plant. Oh, he's perfect! He's so good! And if that's wrong, I don't ever want to be right.
The entirety of Sen have grouped up towards A main. Ready to play off this wall from John. It's going up. Fast lane so Second can get forward, but yeah, not particularly fast when the saturate connects.
Yeah, not great. The antithesis sometimes to Neon's burst of pace he wants to provide. That was close, but not close enough. Here's that Nightfall. Marta on the other side of the dark cover. Sees Second coming a mile off and cuts into the quick. Now Bang, only other player on the other side of that, but the shots are coming in from multiple angles. Sen have surrounded to this A site, and NRG have to fight their way out.
And the thing is, though, Sen still have time. They don't have to hard commit to this. Wow, look at Bang teleporting towards mid.
Marta might have been able to break him out on his own. Surely not the classic, surely not the classic. It's John with 2. At least Scuba on his own. Yeah, they're heading away from A. It's a 1v2 for the Viper. This would be a miraculous way to put his enemies to the sword.
The round turned into absolute madness, but Sen make the right call. That was a heads-up teleport from Bang to get into spawn, cuts off a rotator, and establishes a position that allows Sen to get out of A, get over towards this B side. They just have to convert this 2 versus 1. HP not ideal. Scuba on that 125.
No util. Light armor.
Narrate has a haunt. He has a seize as well.
Scuba's got no choice. He needs to get some information, try and draw someone out of formation. He'll get it. He'll know Narrate is lurking by, but he's unlikely to get anything for free. And the tower swing will do him in. We're back to a 5-round game. Sentinels now, though, have burnt their final lifeline.
Live to see round 21.
Oh, what is that? That is Phil. That is disgusting. Get it off my screen. Somehow, though, they're not aware the Bang is right there.
What was going on from Psalm's point of view? Was he blinded up?
Hard to say. I think he might have been.
What?
Well. Now that one is.
What is happening?
Please!
What is happening?
Please be reasonable. Zealous is here following Scuba. Now Brook left in mid with a chance to upgrade a weapon here. Zealous, of course, will be the loose end, ranging fire and wide to try and take it off him, but man, Brook just doesn't seem like he could lose today. And again, that's another way to try and keep that Sentinels economy honest.
Brock would never win a 1v3 clutch with a recovered Vandal.
You say as you
Close out the
steeple your
lower bracket
hands,
final.
almost inviting you.
You would never. No, he's
not even going to try.
No, I'm not going to give it an attempt. I respect the save.
Now, bear in mind, this was the classic round for most of NRG, and they had some fruity ideas. Well, okay, Bang with 3, but economy get his hands dirty.
And his teammates were encouraging him to do it, but we have not seen that encouragement much today.
Well, I don't know if we've really seen a ton of it in general. That's Captain down. Now,
like
does the ship go down with him?
Going to activate Sen as well. Zekin is pinged up. Being shock darted, convergent paths coming through from Mata to connect onto Narrate, but there's not anyone from NRG who's actually going to be able to capitalize to the extent that he will die. He will just be slowed and rendered unable to help his teammates.
There's a crossfire already being set up here over towards Elbow Pocket.
3 NRG players headed towards this A site where Sen are trying to execute.
Sen are going to circumvent this entirely. They don't want to take the risk playing into Elbow.
That's going to hit everyone.
Steel Garden. Mata might have gotten clear from it. Unclear. He's going to have to find his way back in, though, with an operator. Brook, he is going to be spotted by this. Tucked in there and taken down, but the op's already getting to work. Narrate has been excised from that Sen lineup. Now down to 3. Shot miss for Zelstis. That one's going to hurt. And it's on Bang and Zekin to get Sentinels out of this round alive. And it's Bang, 1 for 1. And of course it falls to Zach. The hope of Sentinels fans all around